So statement 27. The 37 factors of awakening exist in Buddha nature. So 26, 27, 28, they are basically related. 26 is a more general statement, which says that Buddha nature, right, is completely pure, meaning empty of inherent existence, empty of fixity, not something that you can grasp at, to make into self, to make into I, me. Completely pure, completely pristine, completely empty, but endowed with the qualities of the result of separation. So it's also endowed with qualities. Elsewhere it is said that, these qualities that are within, which we already have, they exceed the number of sand grains of the Ganga River in India. That these good qualities are so limitless. They exceed even the sand grains of the river Ganga. So then to elaborate, right? So here it says the 37 factors of awakening exist in Buddha nature. Then 28 will say the four immeasurables are the very essence of a Buddha. So let's look at 27 first. The 37 factors of awakening, such as the four close applications of mindfulness and so forth. So these four close application of mindfulness is what mindfulness of body, feelings, right, mind, and dharmas. So such as the four close applications of mindfulness and so forth, they exist non-dually in Buddha nature. So what are the 37? In the footnote, it tells us. So there are the four close applications of mindfulness, the four genuine restraints, the four bases of miraculous powers, the five faculties, the five strengths, the seven elements of awakening, and the Noble Eightfold Path. So these 37 factors are the 37 factors that we should cultivate and that we should cultivate and practice. Now, I will be the first to confess, I think for the most part, most of us have not paid attention to this list of the 37. When was the last time, right? Any one of you attended any teachings that go through this list of the 37 factors of awakening? So these 37 factors of awakening, it is taught on all levels of the Buddha's teachings. In the individual liberation vows, they are taught. In the Bodhisattva training, they are taught. In secret mantra, they are taught. So they are the 37 deities of the secret mantras mandala. So sometimes, we should go over this list of the 37 factors of awakening. They are the factors. They are the elements that is involved in the process of waking up, in the process of becoming Buddhas. So here it says this is due to the vital point that the ground, path, and fruition are inseparable from the absolute space of phenomena, which is unelaborated and uncompounded. So here, what's going on here is, see, this statement was made by Kyoba Rinpoche in response to those who say the 37 factors of awakening only exist on the level of the path. So these three parts, on the level of cause, on the level of path, and on the level of result. Yes, so many will say these 37 factors of awakening, they are only matters, or another way to say in English also, they only matter on the level of path, meaning they are methods, they are things that you cultivate in order to become Buddha. Then they say when you are Buddha, these 37, they don't exist anymore. They are like a way to get somewhere. Kyoba says, no. These 37 factors, they exist on the cause level. Meaning, what is the cause of our awakening? Buddha nature. Like on the Buddha nature level, the 37 factors are already there. Then, actively cultivating them on the path level is simply to bring out what is already there. And finally, when you become Buddha, those 37 factors are always there. So they exist on the level of cause, on the level of path, and the level of result. So this is Kyopa's emphasis that, the awakened state, the Buddha state, yes, of course, it's free from elaborations. Yes, of course, it's beyond concept. Yes, of course, it's beyond, dualistic, thinking, right? But we should not think that it is a mere absence. We should not think that the result of Buddhahood is just some kind of mere absence, some kind of just emptiness. Yes, there's nothing you can say about it, so to say, in one context. But don't hold the view that when Buddhahood is achieved, all the Buddha qualities also disappear. Because the Buddha qualities is the reason why we even want to become Buddhists. So this has implications, important implications even now, even if we are not close to the result level, right? It is that we practice these 37 factors now, not thinking of the 37 factors as somehow, for example, just a means to an end. That you don't really need it, because at the end you also get rid of them. You should not practice in that way. You should also not practice in a way that has this belief that, these 37 factors, they're really hard. I have to really cultivate them because they didn't exist before. I have to go find them. But instead, see it as, on the level of path, which is where we are now, right? When we practice these 37 factors of awakening, it is both something that is already there that we are bringing out. It is also something that will continue to be there when they have been completely brought out. One thing is to bring them out. The other thing is to remove the obscurations that cover them. So this is the twofold process. So this is even related to the accumulations. When we say accumulate merit and accumulate wisdom, it's not really literally accumulate in the sense that you did not have them before. Because all the merit and wisdom that you need, it's already there. Even though we say accumulate, it's actually to bring up. Yeah, furthermore, the word that Tibetans use to translate the word Buddha, Sangye. Sang is to clear, remove. Ge, Gepa, is to expand. So Buddhas, what are Buddhas? Buddhas are those who have completely removed, Sang, all the mental defilements, all the afflictive emotions. What has been expanded, Gepa, are all the Buddha qualities. Of course, these Buddha qualities, we say Buddha qualities, right? We should not think, they are Buddhist qualities. Buddhist and Buddha are two different things. Buddhist is the religion. Sometimes people think, oh, we are Buddhist. Yes, conventionally you can say we are Buddhist. Sure, if you're comfortable with that title, with that label, yeah, okay, fine. But what we want to become is not Buddhist. It's Buddha. To become awake. And this commitment to wake up, we should not give up. So we take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha as the true medicine. Not as, some identity that we take on. Especially, I'm not teaching an Asian audience. In Asia, you just grow up, like you guys grow up Catholic, for example. In Asia, you just grow up Buddhist. So somewhat uncomplicated, it's like, yeah, I'm Buddhist. Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm Catholic, right? So now you like, I want to be something else, Actually, Catholic and Buddhist, or Dharma practitioner and Catholic, they don't exist, in the same category. Do you understand that? They don't belong to the same category. Being Catholic belongs in the same category as being Muslim, being Christian, being Buddhist also, So you don't need to become that. You need to become, those who practice the dharmas that will make you Buddha Dharma. If your practice is still about looking for some identity because you don't like your old identity, and looking for something different from what your parents have, please work on moving out of that because you are fighting a non-existent battle. You have to really see how the Dharma can make you awake, can make you a Buddha. And in that way, Buddha Dharma. Yeah, Buddha Dharma is not the Dharma that belongs to the Buddha. Buddha Dharma is the Dharmas, the truths that will wake you up. Buddha Dharma. So this is really important, Otherwise, our involvement with Buddha Dharma becomes that category. Then you have to fight, You have to fight with your relatives or your friends who don't like. You have to fight with yourself because you're like, oh, this is all so strange. But somehow I also like. But when you understand, what is the real meaning and real purpose of Buddha Dharma, then it's the way that will make you free. Right? So here to practice these 37 factors of awakening. So here Khenpo Kunpal says, he says, this is due to the vital point that the ground, the path, and the fruition, the ground, also the causal, are inseparable from the absolute space of phenomena, which is unelaborated and uncompounded. So the final nature is unelaborated and uncompounded. And so to even divide into cause, path, and result is just done on a temporary basis. The nature of this is as taught in the highest continuum about the way in which Buddha nature is endowed with qualities of cause and result, and in the glorious Chakkasamvara Tantras, where it is said the close application of mindfulness of the body is dakinis, and so forth. So in the Chakkasamvara Tantra, also in the Vajravarahi, those 4 dakinis, right? The 4 dakinis, harinisa, they are actually the four close applications of mindfulness, or the 4 foundations of mindfulness: mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feelings, mindfulness of mind, and mindfulness of dharma. The 37 factors of awakening are taught to be the 37 deities of the mandalas and so forth. Meaning-wise, all this has the same vital point. So the 37 factors of awakening, they are not like a means to an end. They are the very qualities that inspire us to cultivate them. And they are what we cultivate. And they are the result that we arrive at. That's the meaning of saying that the 37 factors exist on the ground, cause level, on the path level, and the result level. (28) So statement 28. Yeah. I lost the page.
Page 80.
Oh, 80. Okay. The 4 immeasurables are the very essence of a Buddha. Right? So Khenpo Kunpal's commentary is quite short. Likewise, the 4 immeasurables, loving kindness and so forth, loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity, are also the very essence of a Buddha in all the situations of ground, path, and fruition. This is because they are completely inseparable from Buddha nature, the uncompounded absolute space of phenomena. Again, there are those who say, oh, these 4 immeasurables, they are belonging to samsara. Why? Because it is taught that by cultivating the 4 immeasurables, you can achieve one of the Brahma heavens. In fact, that's how you are born in one of the Brahma heavens. Like very refined existence. So in terms of the heavenly realms, the Deva realms, first there's the 6 that belongs to the sensual realm. And then there are 16 that belongs to the realm of forms, they call, but like pure form. And then there's the 4 formless realms. So the Brahmas, they live in the 16 realm of forms, the 16 levels. And those are divided into the 4 immeasurables. So if you cultivate and practice the 4 immeasurables as a worldly end, meaning you practice the 4 immeasurables without the element of wisdom, then the result of that is birth, rebirth in the Brahma realms, the divine realms. So some people then say, oh, these 4 immeasurables, they are worldly in the end. They are not beyond this world. But here, Kyopa says, no. They're actually the essence of what is being a Buddha. It's just that there is a worldly aspect to it, that if you don't practice them based on bodhicitta, meaning I practice this for the benefit of others, then it turns into a worldly advanced state of being. Then in that sense, yes, of course, it cannot free you. But if you practice the 4 immeasurables as the elements for cultivating bodhicitta, then you're practicing the 4 immeasurables as the essence of a Buddha. Yeah. So this is 28. Good. Okay, then today we should end here. The next statement is the statement about the one single path, one vehicle. It's a little bigger topic, an important one. So we will cover on Monday.